you could just give us an overview of how the welfare of farmed animals or the lack of welfare of farmed animals is governed in California, and then specifically go into this section 597T?
Farmed animals are protected in California from a welfare perspective more than most other states. We have a couple of really important propositions that were passed in past years, including Prop 12 most recently, which was an update that prohibits the confinement of animals without exercise and in specifically veal calves.
597T, I mean, the key provision here says every person who keeps an animal confined in an enclosed area shall provide it with an adequate exercise area. So that for our purposes, it's important that the animals are confined, and if they are confined, they shall be provided with an adequate exercise area. That's the important part.
Yeah, Jessica and I were talking before you joined us, Will, and just talking about how interesting it is that, I mean, this is an old statute, I believe, like maybe 100 years old or so. And they understood at that time that it would have been cruel to keep an animal without adequate exercise. And now that's all we do in the world. I don't know. That's not a question, really. It's just a commentary about how far we have fallen. All right. So this is a criminal statute, right? It's a misdemeanor.
Yes.
And of course, the statute that is actually at issue here isn't 597T, but I do want people listening to remember 597T is the one that provides that animals have to have an exercise area. And there is no exemption for farmed animals. There's no customary farming practice exemption in California. So there's no question, really, I think, that it applies. And it has pretty obviously been violated, I think, here. Though I guess you could litigate it. They could litigate it based on what adequate means. If, absolutely no exercise is adequate, you could make that argument. Clearly, they don't want to make that argument. But this case, as is almost always the case, involves not whether the law has been violated, but who can do anything about it.